Welcome to Divinity 648. My name is Christina and I am your channeler. Today's video is recorded on October the 30th and it is specific to the Pisces energy. So please look in the description box for a link to a free birth chart calculator so you can see if Pisces is in any of your placements. We are constantly repeating energy. So if this video finds you a year from now or 2 months from now, please still take a listen. We repeat energy, we go through karmic cycles, so it may resonate with you. So there's absolutely no expiration date for any of the information. If it does not apply, let it go, let it fly. Energy is fluid. It might be the person that you're involved with, or possibly you just need to check out a different reader on YouTube. There are thousands of them, especially Angelic Guidance 333. She is phenomenal. Pisces. We have so many amazing thoughts, ideas. You're getting hit with inspiration, downloads. You're shifting your perspective right about now. Um, I feel like for a good portion of you, you're getting a clear insight as to what you want to do, how you want to do it, when we're going to do it. Um, Scratch that. There's a portion of you who have no idea about the when, right? You just know how, you just know it has to happen. And you're focusing on getting all the different ideas and putting them down on paper, right? And you're communicating with a client base. And this is work related. So you could be um, at work talking to a customer or a client about something completely irrelevant to your personal stuff, and they say something and it triggers you. Or you're having a conversation and then out of nowhere a topic comes up that you were thinking of the day before. That is validation that you're on the right path. That is validation that the topic you are feeling most passionate about, you're on the right path. Uh, it's just synchronized information being displayed to you so that way you can understand that you are making the correct choices and you're moving in the correct direction, and don't slow down. Um, for another group of Pisces, I'm picking, and this could be you too. This could be a different situation, or it could just be another group altogether based on the other alignments, planetary alignments in your chart. So I'm also picking up how. Okay, some of you are looking, you're looking for information on how. How do I get to this step? I know what I want. I have the ideas written down. I've organized myself, but how do I get here? How do I get my point across? And I'm okay. One, for those of you who are making lifestyle changes, including diets and overall life, just like lifestyle changes, uh, Google Google is tricky, right? So when you're looking things up, try doing it in a way where you're saying spiritual meaning of ginger or spiritual uses of ginger or holistic approaches with ginger. Um, and then for another part, I am picking up that you want to contact some of you. It's a business related endeavor that you're organized and you're ready to take off with it, but how? I'm hearing go to your state's main page or just Google what are the appropriate steps or what are the key components for obtaining licensure in, and then put whatever it is that you're working on. Um, Yeah. So you want to do things like that. You also don't, excuse me, please try to avoid just getting information from one resource. So if here's a good example. If you're going to your local town hall and you're applying for a business certificate and you're asking them, do I need a license for 123? And they tell you, no, you don't. Well, that's not their department, silly. So don't take their word for it. Go to the licensing department. Ask the licensing department, hey, I'm looking to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and incorporate some of this. Do you know if any licenses are required for any of the services that I'm looking to provide? They're going to know before the person downstairs in the other location, right? Fine example. Um, and then another thing you want to do is contact a competitor in another state, like far from you. Do not talk to the ones that you're moving in next to because they're not your friends. I don't care what anybody says, they're not your friends. Um, Money changes people, unfortunately, and more times than not, they're not going to want to see you do better than them. And that's a normal third dimensional trait, right? So it's important that you reach out to somebody nowhere near you. Say, I'm looking to get into this business in this state. Is that a competitive, is that competitive for you? And if they say, no, not at all, I'm nowhere near there. Great. Do you think you can give me 5 minutes of your time to just kind of answer some quick questions? Because I want to succeed and I'm wondering if maybe we can collaborate. Because maybe clients reach out to me and you have services that are beneficial to them that I'm not ready to provide. And, like, how can we work together? We're in different states. Hey, if you're ever in this area, check out this place. You want to build your own network with like minded individuals nowhere near you. Or if they are near you, try to make sure that they're not completely involved in the same industry as you. I'm hearing that very specific for some people because you're going into a business endeavor and you're surrounding yourself with people who have competitive mindsets and they're listening to you and they're, oh, she thinks she's going to do that, or oh, he thinks he's going to, oh, that's a good idea. How do I incorporate that into my endeavor without it coming off as a copycat? And then they'll change a few things, but it's exactly what you're doing. And then when you're really kicking butt and you're really getting excited and you're really investing everything, you'll notice that this person's doing the same thing that you're doing, just slightly different. People have competitive natures. So you, at this current time, and this could be in school, this could be anywhere, depending on your placement, it's going to be in a different part of your life, whether it's business relationships, like don't discuss your personal private relationships with your friends. We all need that one person to talk to, but sometimes it's better to talk to yourself, or sometimes it's better to actually just write your partner a letter if you can't communicate correctly with them, or send them a text or an email or whatever, or do a video diary so that way you can play it back and hear yourself. And then what are the first thoughts that come to mind? You want to go in that direction instead of telling all of your problems or your plans or your desires with the people around you, because if they're not in a good place, they're not necessarily going to give you the best advice. Or if they are not on a different level of intellectual, if they're not on a different level, okay, if they're not mentally mature, or if they haven't been there, done that, don't want to go back, already learned my lesson, and they're still going through lessons, when they're talking to you and giving you advice, it's not exactly going to be the best advice. And you might think it is, because you're on their same vibration, you're on their same frequency. But in all actuality, it's not. So if you're fighting with your partner and you're like, oh, I wanted to talk to so and so, or I wanted to hang out with so and so, or I'm picking up that you felt like it was acceptable to surround yourself with certain influences, and your partner may declare to you that your partner wasn't comfortable with the energy you were surrounding yourself with, and you went completely against the fact that they're communicating with you, telling you, I don't appreciate your company. There's just something about your company that I don't like. As your partner's significant other, okay, I respect you. I'm in this commitment with you. So I honor you and I want to do right by you. And if this influential group that I'm surrounding myself with makes you uncomfortable or is influencing me in a way that is going to create distance between the person that I love and I want to be with, I need to reevaluate who I'm associating myself with, right? Because at the end of the day, it's just you and your partner in this relationship. So you really don't want outside influences weighing in on your decisions that are surrounding a private personal matter. You want to have those conversations with your partner. You want to be more vocal with your partner. You want to, Pisces, you want to, or you should be, is everything okay? This week has been a little crazy and your demeanor towards me is a little different or a little distant. Do you want to talk about something? Don't necessarily just flip through their phone when they're in the shower. You don't want to be that person. Your partner's phone is none of your business. If your partner has nothing to hide, babe, answer that for me. Can you see who just texted me? Um, there's no passwords. And if there is passwords, your partner knows your passwords because you have no secrets. When you're in a union with someone, there's no secrets. When you are, first of all, okay, and this will be for a select group, when you are dating someone or investing your energy into someone, the overall intention should be long term, right? Otherwise, why are you pouring your energy into this person? You want long term. So if you're trying to grow and build with someone, you want to be open, you want to be transparent, you want to be truthful, and not telling someone something is being deceitful. And that's the complete opposite of what you want in your relationship. So I'm picking up that it's important for you to understand in order for that situation to correct itself, and this is for a large group of people, you really need to start communicating and being more transparent and more honest and more genuine. Bottom line. And if it's not you, it might be on the other side. So you might need to communicate with this with them like, hey, I'm in this for the long run. I'm in this um for forever. Are you here with me? Are we on the same page? Are you with the same goal? Because if you're not, let me know. So that way I'm not pouring myself into you. So I'm not focusing on growing with you, right? So I'm not disappointed when you do something that's going to hurt me or let me down. You need to have open communication. And you have to be very clear about your communication right now because Mercury retrograde tomorrow. Be very careful. Talk to your partner as if you would be explaining something to someone who has absolutely no knowledge to the situation. And if they're rushing you like, get on with it, get on with it, stop explaining, just get on with it, then you need to take a step back and just be like, why do I want to be with this person if this person doesn't care about how I feel and what I'm thinking? And, uh, we're not even on the same page. But if you want to fight for that relationship, you need to put it in writing or you need to reiterate that. You need to say, no, listen, I'm going to explain it because you need to know my point of view. You need to see my perspective. You need to understand where I'm coming from because a conversation requires two different people understanding both persons' perspective, right? You can't have a one-sided conversation. You both have to understand where each other's coming from for it to work. So for Pisces energy right now, during this whole Mercury retrograde and the other stuff going on up there, it is critical that you take your time with communication and let the other person know where you're coming from. And if you're the one that this applies to, maybe you need some alone time to understand yourself, to understand where you're coming from, to know where you want to go, right? You don't want to be with someone else, or maybe you do. And if you do, well, then why are you holding on to something that you technically don't even want? To see where it goes? Because you're hoping love will grow? Well, separate yourself and give yourself some space and try it again. You know, if you're in a relationship and you feel like the love died, give yourself some space and think about the times when you had that passion, when you had those butterflies, when you couldn't get that person off your mind, right? You want to bring yourself mentally back to where it started and figure out where it went wrong. And then that's the conversation you guys need to have. Where did we go wrong? Okay, well, you had your fault, I had my fault. Can we come back from this? If we can't, be adults. Let shit go. You're gonna know. You're gonna know if you can come back from it. And if the person's getting aggressive or you're getting aggressive, it's toxic, karmic. Let it go. If it's meant to be, it will come back. And no, some things are worth fighting for. Some things are, if you find yourself letting go and coming back, letting go, coming back, then stop letting go and coming back and just stand your ground. This is how it's going to be, and that's it. You can't keep coming back and forth. You can't keep coming in and out. You have to know what you want. You have to heal yourself. You have to find balance, mind, body, soul, spirit. Okay? You have to be perfectly balanced and know what it is that you want out of things in order for this to be successful. And it has to come from both ends, right? Because conversations, and this could be business, this could be relationship, it feels more relationship. It needs to just come from both ends, bottom line. So that's what I'm picking up for Pisces, and that's really heavy energy. Another group of Pisces, that's pretty much Piscean energy. And if you have other things going on, check your other placements, because again, our different signs affect our different parts of life, right? So see how it applies. If it doesn't, move on to the next sign or check out a different reader. If you want more information or you want to focus on your energy specific, you can contact me. I do readings by phone, video chat, and in office. All in office sessions are in New Bedford, Massachusetts, on the second floor of 345 Union Street. I have listed selected services at a discounted rate through Groupon. So you might want to look me up on Groupon and see if any of the services that I am currently providing are on sale over there. I do offer same day appointments, but everything needs to be by appointment. Also, check out my Facebook page because I post offers there. Currently, we are doing a tarot card, oracle card session. It's a good deal. You're getting way more than you would normally get for that price. And it is available by phone, video chat, and in office. Thank you. Have a nice day.